So hi and welcome back to this video. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be allowing people to comment on the newsfeed of the social network. But before we get into that, I'm just going to say for anyone that's asked me a question that I haven't replied to, it's because I get like 20 questions a day and it takes me ages to answer them all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video answering all those questions really soon. And I still read everyone's questions, I just don't have time to answer them all. So don't think I'm ignoring you or anything. But now that's over, let's get started. So in the newsfeed, I'm going to add a div above each one of the posts to sort of contain like options like comments and pokes and likes and things. So that's what we're gonna do. So in here we're gonna create a new div, and in this div I'm gonna give it a style. Oh no, I'll just give it a class of newsfeed post options. I don't know. So we can copy this. Actually copy it like this. Nope, still not. So I'm just gonna keep it all the uppercase and lowercase letters the same, so that it doesn't so I don't get confused and it doesn't cause errors later. So if we go into the main CSS file, we just go down a line, put a dot, and then we paste that in. So what we can say here is width 100%, background color, and we want this to be really light, so the background color could be 11161. Let's try that. And the border 1 pixel solid, and it's gonna be 333. Okay, so now we've done that, I'm just gonna put some text in so we can see the div, and I'm just gonna write options. So now we refresh, and we have this very ugly looking div. Okay, so we can go back to the site style, and we're going to change this to 999999. So that's way lighter, but it's still not light enough. You can try CCCC. Okay, so that's still too dark, so we can try F2. So well, that's just about light enough. We don't want it to be too light or too dark. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna actually change this to CCCCC, so that the border is a little less dark. Okay, so I suppose that's okay. And actually, we could also get rid of the border. We could just say border 0 pixels. So that looks a wee bit better. And another thing we can do is padding. So the first parameter the padding thing takes is the padding from the top. So we want 0 from the top, we want 5 pixels from the right, 0 from the bottom, and 5 from the left. So now we refresh, and as you can see it kind of sticks out. So what we can do is we can also say minus 10 pixels. So it'll take 10 pixels off, which is when you use padding, it adds that way. If you give it a padding, an all-round padding of 5, then it would add 10 pixels onto the top and bottom, and it would add 10 pixels onto the two sides. So what we do is we minus 10 pixels so that it doesn't come out of the box. So now, as you can see, it fits in the box a lot better. And I actually will do padding in the top and bottom. So we'll just do the same thing again. And we don't need to take padding off the top because it doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter if it gets pushed down. And margin. Since we're only gonna take the top margin attribute, we can just use margin top. So I'll say 4 pixels. Okay, actually margin bottom is what we want. So there's like a slight gap here now. And we're just gonna leave that as options for the minute. Because I just realized, as you can see, these profile pictures don't work. So that's what we're gonna fix. So the reason they don't work is because we haven't set a parameter for, we haven't set a default profile image. Because as you'll see, if I go to Cinema 2's profile, the default profile image shows up, but and it doesn't show up here. But if we go to if we just go home, I actually need to make a button for that. But if we just go home, you can see the profile image doesn't work. So what we're going to do to fix that is going to go to the root of the directory, and we're going to go to profile.php, and in here, so I don't know what I just did, but the quickest way to fix this is to use the code we created last time. And all we have to say is go down. I think we already did this as well. Yep, profile pic info. So what we're going to say is if profile pic underscore info equals nothing, which means basically if they don't have a profile pic, then profile pic underscore info equals, and we are going to just go open, and we're going to go to user data profile pics. Actually no, we're going to go to image and look for all files, and it shows us the default profile picture is in the directory image / default pic. So what we're going to say is /image or image / default pic. And just for anyone that's wondering, instead of just using a slash and getting the looking for image / default pic in the root directory, we can put a dot before the /, and it will look for image / default.jpg in this directory find friends. It's pretty much the same as just writing that, but it's another way to do it. So if we refresh now, and we copy the image URL. Okay, so that's the problem. It's looking in user data underscore profile pic or / profile pics. So we can fix this by just saying else, and all we have to do is copy this and then just delete this. So all we have to do is assign the variable profile pic, the variable itself basically, so you assign profile pic itself, and then you just append the directories that we're missing onto the variable. So it's profile pic underscore info, which equals, and as I said earlier, it's just profile pic underscore info with a $sign at the start to show it's a variable, and all we have to do is use two speech marks and a full stop to append something to the start, and we're going to append user data / profile underscore pics. So we can try this now, and as you can see, the images that didn't previously show up now show up, along with the image if someone has already uploaded a profile picture. But the other problem we have to fix is if I go to Cinema 2, they don't show up here, so we just have to whoops. All we have to do is copy this code here, go to the profile.php page, and find posts, which is here. So all we have to do, and we've already got it, so we can just paste this straight in. And all we have to do now is remove this. So now we refresh and it shows up, as well as if we just go to the other one, it shows up as well, and these show up, and everything still works, obviously. So now we're going to go back to the home.php page and we're going to finish what we were doing. So we're going to actually go to localhost /phpMyAdmin. Okay, so now we're in phpMyAdmin, and in case you're wondering, the reason I shrunk it down is so that you can see it when I create the new table. So what this new table is going to be called is post underscore comments, and we can just go into context and plan it out. So obviously it needs an ID. The next thing it needs is the body of the post, and the next field is posted to and posted by. So it looks like we need 4 fields or 4 columns, and when this loads, as you can see the 4 columns. So as I said, the first one's ID, the second one is body. We could actually say post underscore body. The next one is posted by, and the last one is posted to. And obviously this one is going to be text. These two are both going to be varchars. Varchar, the length, you have to set the maximum length, and I'm going to set it to 255, which is the maximum length of a varchar. And in the ID column, we're going to set the index to the primary key, and we want to auto increment it each time. Okay, so now all I do is hit save. And we can actually add one more column or row to the database table, the end of the table, and I can zoom it back in now. So the column we're going to add is removed post underscore removed, so that my user can remove the post. And this one is going to be of type, where is it, enum, and then we set default we set to as defined, and then all you type in is 2 single quotes, comma, 2 single quotes. And the first one, these are like the 2 parameters we give it, so it can be either this or this. So you could use 0 or 1, or we could just use no and yes. So now we save it. Okay. So Okay, since that one didn't work, it's not a hard thing to fix. All we do is, okay, so very stupidly I realized that since it's an enum, it's a num, it says enum, so it's obviously a number, and the yes and no won't work, so we use 0 and 1. So hopefully now if we hit enter, so finally try it again, and we will set it to a boolean this time, which is a 0 or a 1. Finally we'll try it again. So since it's a boolean, it's not an enum anymore, we don't do that, so we just put a 0 in for to show the default value is 0. We hit enter, and finally it's added to the table. So we can close this, and what we're going to do is on the home page, which we're on now, in the it says options, we're going to say comments, and then we're going to go to the my messages page, and we're going to go all the way up to the top of this page, and as you can see in here, we're just going to copy this, and up here we're going to do another MySQL query, and we're going to say get relevant comments. Okay, so what we're going to say is get comments equals MySQL underscore query and now what we're going to say is select star for all from post comments or user 2 equals okay, so change this from user 2 to post ID, which will, this is a column we haven't created yet, but it will be the column of the post that the comment was posted on. So once again we have to go back into the MySQL database, hit go to add a new column, and we're just gonna add post ID, which is gonna be an integer obviously, and that's it. We hit save, that's it added. I'm going to say our post ID equals so to do this, all we do is in the get posts query, all we did, we got the row ID. So all we're going to do is first we're just actually going to echo ID to make sure it works, and we'll comment this line out. So this should echo the ID of every post, which is correct. It shows we can use it in our query. So to do this, just delete this and uncomment this again. So to do this, we'll use ID, and that's it. So it gets the post ID from the ID. So it checks, it gets the comments associated with the specific post, which is what we want. Then we say get, we could just say comment equals MySQL fetch associative or assoc, get comments, and then all we have to say is all we do is basically copy what was up here and just change the values to suit. So we just paste it in. The ID we don't need, so we can delete that one. The body is correct, so we'll do the we'll just get the right variable to select from the right database row. So what we're going to do is just change this to comment body, and we're going to change all these to comment so that it gets them from this MySQL query. It gets the rows from this query. Underneath that was posted, it doesn't matter what order, posted to and posted by, and finally removed. So all we do is copy these, and there it is. So we've now we've selected the comments. What we're going to do is we're actually going to put this in a while loop. We'll say so we're just going to say while comment equals MySQL fetch assoc get comments. Then we want to select all these rows for every comment. So basically it's just going to find every comment, and what we're going to do is just echo comment body. Okay, so as you can tell, this isn't going to give us what we wanted, but I'm just going to show you anyway. We've got 0. Okay, it's still zoomed out. Okay, it's fixed. So this isn't going to give us what we want. It's just going to give us nothing because there's nothing in the post comments database table. So what I'm going to do is go here and click insert, and I remember, if I was right, I think that was 14, the post ID. So I'm just going to put this is my comment posted by Cinema. So I'll change this to Cinema 2, and then the posted to be Cinema. And the post isn't removed. Well, we haven't put a check in for that, so it doesn't matter what's in here. And the post we want it to go on, we can just check by right clicking new tab. And if we scroll down, you can see the latest one is post ID. The latest one's a post with an ID of 14. So that means that I was correct. So if we put in 14 here, it should show up on this post here, where just above where it says comments. Okay, so if we just hit go, and now we refresh. Okay, so it says undefined index body, and okay, so what we do is put the @ sign in front of these. No, that's not going to work. That's because the variables haven't been declared yet. So it's not because the variable hasn't been declared. It's because the row we're trying to access doesn't exist, so the variable is having a problem finding it. And I remembered we set those to post underscore. So we'll try that now. Refresh. We see this says this is my comment. And now if we go back to post 11, it says this shows our newsfeed is working, which is this one here. If I go insert again, and I say this is another comment to show that it's working. Once again, the person who posted it will say cinema 2, the person who received it cinema, and the post it goes on is post number 11. So now once again, if we refresh, up here we see it says this is another comment to show the post is, or to show that it's working, which means that our comment system is, well, it's very basic, but it is sort of working. And let's say we post, let's go back to insert, and let's say we post multiple posts or comments on the one post. So we say cinema 2, cinema, and then we'll go back up to the other one. So we'll post this and we will see another comment here, and as you can see they're all added one by one on the same line. So what we're going to do to fix that is here it says where post ID equals ID, we can also say order by ASC, which means ascending. So it means the newest one's at the top. Okay. Okay, so we just say order by equals ASC. Okay, so I was wrong. I was right. I was more correct the first time. It's a small by. So all we have to do here is order by ID ASC, which will order it by the ID ascending, which hasn't changed it, but if we change this to descending and we refresh, these change order. So that's how it works. So we're gonna keep it at ASC for the minute, so that the so it's like a big long conversation, and we're gonna go here, and we're going to where is it? Here where it's aggroed, we're actually going to Control X, cut that. We're going to join these two together, so we'll get rid of that and put the curly brace down here. So as you'll see, it still works, but now we can use both of them together. So by use both of them together, I mean we could theoretically replace this with comment body and refresh. Yeah, this is my comment, and we have it all showing up the way it's meant to. But that's actually not what we want to do. So what I'm going to do is, that's not the sort of thing we're going for. We're going to actually create a link, and this link is going to go nowhere, and it's just going to say show comments. And we're going to use the same sort of technique we used on the messages page to hide and show messages, and we'll do that with the conversations. So let's do that now. So we'll go down to the my messages page. So we copied this JavaScript, we'll copy it and we'll actually paste it in now. So we'll paste it in the same place as before in the while loop. Just paste this in. Okay, it's a bit messy, it doesn't matter. We can just leave that. Okay, so that doesn't matter, it's a bit messy, but so what we're gonna say is toggle comment and display comment, and Well, oh, but that's all we need to change. So now we go to the My Messages page, and where is it? We go to the on click for, here it is here, the open message button. So we're going to copy this. No, we're not going to copy it. We're going to copy the on click function, and we're going to paste the on click function on our link. So here's our link, show comments, and we're going to just give it an on click function of toggle ID, and yeah, that's okay, toggle ID, that's fine. So we go to here, the div that's toggle text, we just copy it, and we go back to the home page, and we paste this where we want the we want our comments to show up. So we just paste it in here, and I remember we changed it from toggle text to toggle comment, and in here we just put comment body and display none. And let's see, does this work? So we refresh. Syntax error, line 45, and I already know why we have the syntax error. So to fix this, just end the PHP tags, include that JavaScript, and open the PHP tags again, and then refresh. So now if we click show comments, it says this is my comment, and as you can see, it's a bit messed up. So we're actually gonna fix that now. The reason this is messed up is because we did a while loop to display the comments. So all we have to do is delete the while loop. Oh no, not delete it. We just remove the while loop, keep the variable comment, and then we just go down here and delete this. And the reason we can get rid of the while loop is because we have check. I'll explain now when I can show you. Okay, so go up here. So the reason we can the while loop isn't needed, I think, is because we have where post ID equals ID, and then we have order by ID ASC for ascending. So it orders every single one, and that fits that query and displays it. Okay, so why is this not 81? And the reason we have that is because we have another while loop, so we can just go back down here and just by undoing it, I added the curly bracket back in, and just refresh now. Okay, so we definitely need to remove the curly bracket, and it says unexpected end, which means it looks like we haven't closed off one of our tags correctly. It is probably just a simple one character mistake. So let me see. And the reason that didn't work is because we put that in the wrong place. So we could try it here. Refresh, but okay. So it did fix our problem, but it doesn't work the way we want it to. So I know for a fact we can't close that off there. Okay, so just scroll down to the very bottom of the home page, hit enter, and then put a curly bracket in the bottom and refresh. And the comments all work, apart from the fact it only shows one. So what we can do to fix that is So it turns out the solution to this problem is relatively more complex than I first thought. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video here, and in the next video I'll take more time to explain why it's more complex, because the first thing that I can think of to fix this is to get all of the different database rows into an array for every single post, like get all the comments for each post and put it into individual arrays, and then just explode the array or whatever, or split the, it's kind of complicated, but we'll get that sorted out in the next video. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and oh yeah, as I said at the start of the video, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to keep asking me. I know I haven't replied to all of them, but I'll be making a video soon that will answer all those unanswered questions. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.